First of all, Buena Janata Topi. I recorded this not even 30 minutes ago. I'm not gonna lie, I was going to start editing it. Okay? But then the editing, the video fucked. See this black bar here? It didn't stretch the screen like it should. And I was not going to take the time out of my day to try and fix this. So, I'm just going to make it short and quick. Alright? This goes out to all you free play warriors. Whoever watches this video. All you free play warriors, okay? The difference between going from free play to online is one simple thing, okay? Actually, depends. It's either 2 or 3, depending on who you ask, okay? The first one that people will be like, oh, this is the difference, is opponents and teammates. And then their second one will be not having a limited boost and having no latency and ping. And then the third, which in my opinion is what makes trying to transition between the two so important and so difficult, is taking control of the mid. And I did a video on this a while ago called Umbrella Method. And if anybody doesn't know what Umbrella Method is, it's essentially allowing you to have multiple options while being in one position that controls everything. That you have essentially a play for everything. And what I mean by this is Umbrella Method, if let's say you're taking space and your teammate is trying to take a ball towards mid, or they're trying to take a ball towards the net going through the mid, alright? You're going to sit behind them. You're going to cruise behind them, alright? Let me just show you a quick little tidbit of what this will look like. Let's say, let me make this little pitch for us here. Let's say this blue is your teammate, and he's pushing a ball towards this way. All right. Now, I would challenge you. I'm really gonna challenge. If you can't get this, then oh my god. But what is the best position here? All right. Some would say to the left, or right here behind to the right. But majority of people are just gonna be like, it's here in the middle, right? Like that's the most obvious. It's in the middle. Now, the best part about this is realistically, all these spots are true. And what I mean by that is, depending on what your opponent is doing, by challenging this, is your better position. And when I was going back on my replays that I was looking at, there was one instance where this came up, and I was like, wow. And I'll play that right now. And now, when I was looking back at that clip, what happened here is Ivan decides to come in from the right side, going towards the left, pushing this ball towards his back corner. It's going here to his back corner, and Ivan knows it. And Ivan is pushing it back there. Now, when I watch this replay, Joyo sits here, right here in this left corner, where the ball is being pushed. But he's not overly aggressed where he's in this corner. Like, and if he makes a play, it's cooked. No. He's giving himself options. He's just enough into this corner here, where if the play somehow does die at Ivan's feet here in the middle, he goes for it and it's a free play. But at the same time, he can go left here and leave, or go straight towards his pad, or turn right. He gives himself 3 different options for this play. And that's what makes this play so vital. And I'm probably going to talk about that a lot. And in these situations where, let's say Ivan was coming from the left side, trying to push the play towards the right, then the correct play here would probably be somewhere around here. Okay, because now he gets this position, he gets that position, and he gets mid. But at the same time, this play is so just bad, being pushed into this right side corner, because our teammate's already coming in from the right side. This right quadrant, I guess. And you don't really want to occupy the same quadrant unless a play is, something is going on here. Alright? And Something I didn't see going over my replays. Granted, I found it in my replays a while back ago, but my PC got corrupted and the fucking files are gone, so pardon me. But what was happening that I really want to pick apart is playing with your teammates. Let them cook. Even though if it's burnt salad, you still gotta let them cook. Just enough that it isn't garbage. Like, not just like you fucking like saw on the side of the road, a fucking California dumpster fire. Like, you just gotta let them cook enough. Just enough. And what I mean by that, let's say this play is happening in your corner, and it's just absolutely horrid, but you want to dive on it so bad because you can get it out. Or let's say the play is happening over here, and you want to get it out, but your teammates just fucking around and just doing tricks on it in mid. So what I'd say to you is let them cook, and you'd be like they're playing like shit, or like give some shitty excuse. Okay, this play, what will happen is the play will go up wall, it'll go up wall, and he eventually gets it out towards mid. Okay? Now, during that time, you want to be in either this corner here, or in the occasion, kind of like here. Okay? You need to be in spots that allow you to defend and aggress. And that's the defensive position. And then let's look at the offensive position here. They're doing tricks on it here in mid, and you're just like, what's happening here? So let's say you play this position. Oh, what the hell? You're playing this position here. You now have this option, and this option. You don't want to be too close, because let's say in this example, you're like right here, and you're playing too close. That's just stupid. It doesn't matter if the opponent is able to get to it in time, or you're just like, I don't want you back here, or I want you here. Like, those are the two worst positions you could be. You need enough positioning where it's good, but not fucking awful. That's what's important. And again, it gives you this option here, so if the ball just dies at his feet, you can dive it. And if it comes here, you can go. If it comes here, you can go. And that's what's important. And I don't think people stress this enough. But these are genuinely the two things that are most important. And then I'm going to give you one extra option, one extra thought. Even though I don't really recognize it as something that's important. But at the same time, everything in the scenario is important if you're trying to transition from free play to online play. And number one thing is pads. Like, you have so many pads on this field. And granted, you have three other people in the field that are going to be stealing boost, but you have this, like, you have pads galore on a pitch. So, like, there's never not going to be pads on the pitch. Like, you have so much, right? Padding is important when it comes to online play. And so does everything else in this. So let's be like not dumb people, alright? Generally pad. Like, it's important for a reason. Like, this, like, all of this is important. Like, padding in free play, you can have unlimited. But if you're padding in free play and you turn off for unlimited, it's still unlimited. Because you don't have three other fat asses on the pitch stealing your boost. So, holding your boost. Using your boost when it's important. Not just randomly using it for no reason. And at the same time, learning that your opponents are going to steal boosts, and you want to steal boosts from your opponents. Or knowing when your teammate has no boost. That's what's important. But the two things I consider most important is letting your teammate cook, but having enough space between you and the play where you have options between the umbrella method. Holding that, and then holding that mid. Holding that mid is what's so important. So important. And granted, the higher rank you go, it becomes more of a fest of who can jump, stopping the play. But at the same time, the people that are in the higher ranks, and I mean by higher ranks, I mean higher ranks where it's infested by pros. Because mostly the pros do this shit and it annoys me. And mostly the pros do this shit and it bothers me. Is they chimp like it's threes. Which is ridiculous. Ridiculous, because it's not threes. Twos is a different animal. And I don't think they get that again. They're just playing it like it's threes and it's working because people are like not smart enough to realize there's a workaround. And I might do a video on that, but I don't deal with enough people that need that help and guidance. But just trying to get to SSL, these are your 3 blocks to getting that done. And I'll probably post a part 2 or something to show you like what we can do to like improve how to get that done. And like I'm gonna say it like here. Pads, keeping make control by using your umbrella, grabbing pads, and let your team cook. Burns out. So those are your 3 things, okay? Could be 2, but mostly 3, okay? Because you don't really need to know pad rotations, but it is really important because you need to hold on a boost and use your boost. It's like, but that's a different animal. And mostly when I'm talking about 2s, it's gonna be those 2 things: controlling mid and letting your teammate cook. You know, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll give you the 2 replays that I use, and you can look at them yourself. And I might post a couple like community. I don't know. I had to figure it out. But those 3 things are what matter most, in my opinion. And like, because it's honestly ranked right now is cooked, nonetheless. But for you free play warriors, have at it. I'm too tired for this shit because I made a 30-minute video and saw that the footage was corrupted and fucked. So, alright. Sorry, Nora. Random do not. I don't. I know I haven't recorded a while.